bumper, a purple bumper, a bumper, bumper, bumper. Oh my, bro. Bro, come on, give me that. Give me that. Give me that. Give it to me. Oh boy, purple Pumpasaurus Rex. There's somebody here, bro. Ladies and gentlemen, yo, what's up, what's up? It's Coach Nick Money in the house with the indelible one. We are doing another episode of Power Play. If you're new to the show, this is where we take the opportunity to basically unwind from the morning grind and basically get ready for the after. What are we getting ready for? We're getting ready for Power Hour. Power Hour, y'all. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying? So what we do is we basically call the show Power Play. A little bit of playing to get ourselves decompressed and a little bit of analytics of the up-and-coming stonks for Power Hour. And that's the power portion of the show. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Where'd this guy go, man? Where'd he go? Come on, man. I want some of y'all. I want you. And I need you. Come over here, fella. Come on. We can do this the easy way or the hard way. That's what Double said. That's what I'm talking about, bro. Where is this guy? Come on, bro. Come on. What the heck? What the heck? I guess I'm going to rift, bro. Yep, I'm gonna rip. Yep. See if I can get some aerial attitude here. Attitude and latitude, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, how about CMBM running 357% this morning? How about it? How about it? How's it going? Mark's in the house. What's up, Mark? He wants to know about ASST, average price 95%. We're gonna go ahead and definitely do a little bit of technical analysis on ASST as soon as we're done over here with the play portion of the show, folks. Yes, sir. We're going to check out a bunch of stocks, including the crowd favorite ASST. Why not? Why not, Doubles? Why not, buddy? Perhaps, fella. Perhaps. Let's go, bro. Let's go, bro. Bruh. Ooh, P90. Did you see that, bro? Looky. Here we got ourselves a P90, fellas. Let's get that shit party going on because we're going to be doing some technical analysis, some dubs, getting ready for Power Hour. Why not? Why not, Doubles? For those of you that are new to the show, this show is all about getting dubs and getting ready for Power Hour by doing some technical analysis, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel at Coach Nick Money. At Coach Nick Money. And also you want to check out, I'm sure you're going to want to check out the Twitter account at Coach Nick Money. At Coach Nick Money. Monday through Friday, 7 days a week. We got ourselves a bunch of good stuff. Monday through Friday, 7 days a week. We've got all things financial news, and of course, regular hours, power hour, regular hours, pre-market, after hours, all of that stuff. We got ourselves a fantastic monitoring of small cap stonks, small caps and micro cap stonks, technical analysis, news, and much more. That's on Twitter at Coach Nick Money. At Coach Nick Money, baby. Go ahead and check it out. And we're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Threads at Coach Nick Money. At Coach Nick Money. And of course, we're also live streaming on Twitch at Coach Nick Money. And of course, you gotta have a TikTok account. So we got the tiki-taki, or the tac, as Doubles likes to call it. And it's at DBL Nicks. At DBL NICKS, and the screen name is Coach Nick Money. Let's go, baby. Let's go. And of course, if you want to get access to our amazing Discord, great community, phenomenal scanners, multiple scanners, breakout scanners, momentum scanners that help you Get your trades together, as well as the early watch list, which is absolutely fuego, baby. It comes out at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and almost always has 1, 2, 3, or 4, maybe more stocks that end up being 100% plus runners or more, baby. Yes, sir. So go ahead, take advantage of the 4-day trial. The link is in the description. It's $9.99 to try it out, see everything with your own eyes. Yeah? Why not? Why not, doubles? Why not? All right, let's get into the game over here. We're going to get ready to try to get a dub for the community. Why not? Why not? What's going on over here? What's going on over here? I don't want nothing from you. I'm just trying to get some ammo and some loot and stuff like that. Leave me alone. All right, let's go, baby. What's this? Woo! Impulse grenade? Oh, yeah, we love those. Wait. Oh, my God. What do I give up? Oh, my God. You know what? I think maybe this is more important right here, bro. You know what I'm saying? Way more important. And I want that dynamite. I'm just saying, bro. Why not? Why not? Why not, doubles? Why not? Right, bro? You never know. You know what I mean? You never know. You might need it. Dynamite can blow things up. Let's get a share party going on, folks. Let's go and share it up, share it up, share it up. We currently have a few folks on the stream. How many folks we got on the stream, Double?
We got over here.
Over 100? 104. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. Let's go. 134 people's on the stream. Let's go, baby. Let's share it up. Let's get to 200. Right now we see that CMBM, which ran 357% pre-market, is now currently moving back up 286%, and it's not even power hour. Folks, for those of you that don't know what power hour is, if you're new to trading or anything like that, power hour is basically 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. It's oftentimes when people come back from taking a break from regular trading earlier on in the day. Yeah, so volume tends to generally come back in at power hour, and you have a higher propensity, a higher possibility of having a potential parabolic runner. There's somebody on that mountain up there, bro. I feel like I should go there, bro. I don't know. Like right there, there's somebody up there. I don't know. I don't know, doubles. I don't know. There's somebody to the left as well. I don't know. I'm just feeling the mountain, though, for some reason. But maybe not, because the storm's coming. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe not. Let's see. Let's see how we do. Is this guy still there? I think he took off, bro. He's not there no more. He's not there no more, I tell you. Is there any high ground? Is there high ground? There's high ground right here. Wow, look at that loot, bro. Woo! Yeah, man, look at that loot, bro. Loot. Another P90? For real? Oh, bro, I don't know what to do here. Do I take this? Why not? Why not? Bro, are you kidding me? Bro, did you see that?
Wow.
Oh, what bad luck, bro. What bad luck. All right. It's all good, bro. I gotta look at the stocks. This sucks, yo. All right. That was just a warm-up. Never mind. Let's get a share party. Let's go to 200, and let's talk about the stonks, baby. Let's talk about the stonks, baby. Yeah. Why not? Why not, doubles? Why not?
Mark says
why not?
Subscribe and share. Yes, sir.
What happened? What happened?
Mark says like, subscribe, and share.
Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. Let's go, Mark. Where's that at? Where's that at? Where's that at? YouTube. Let's go. I don't see it on my feed, man. But thank you very much. That is fantastic. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Turn on the feed. That's why. You just turned on the multi-stream feed. That's why.
Yeah. Oh, you mean I got to bounce back and forth to see the stream?
No. You just turn it on. So like.
Did I turn it on?
Yeah, you just turned it on. So from now on.
Oh, I see. Oh, okay. I'm getting some education. All right, let's take a look at CMBM. This stock right here was a star and still is a star. It's the leading gainer right now, 279% right now. Yes, sir. Okay, it's trading higher because the company announced integration of the Cambion One network solution with Starlink satellite internet services. So that's what prompted the movement. It's a 13 million float stock, and it currently has 382 million shares. This stock was well into the high 300s earlier in the day during pre-market. You could see it. Let's do a little bit of an expansion over here. And then, of course, it formed the head and shoulders pattern. So you could see the shoulder here, the head over here, and the shoulder over here, and then a subsequent breakdown. The head and shoulders pattern is a bearish pattern. But, let's share it up because I'm going to explain to you how these head and shoulder patterns actually operate so you can understand it. So let's get a share party. Let's get to 300, and I'm going to explain to you what exactly a head and shoulders pattern is. We know what it looks like. It looks like a head with two shoulders, right? But what is it exactly telling you? That's the question. If you know, put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. And if you don't know, well, I think I'm going to tell you. Let's share it on up. Share it on up. Let's get to 300. And we'll analyze what, in fact, a head and shoulders pattern is. We still got an hour and 20 minutes before power hour, baby. Let's go, baby. Let's go. All right. So what exactly is a head and shoulders pattern? Aside from the obvious, there's your head, there's your shoulder, there's another shoulder. Sometimes the shoulders are irregular. You could see that. What it basically means is that at some point, buyers were in control. They ran the price up, and it hit a certain level of resistance. So let's go ahead and get the graffiti pencil activated and put that level of resistance. And let's just say that that level of resistance is right around here, okay? And notice that level of resistance is respected at several levels, right? Yeah. Doubles, you see that? Okay. Yeah. Now, what happens? It hits the resistance. Buyers start to sell out. Sellers take control. The price drops down. Over here, you see it comes back down to VWAP. VWAP, in many instances, becomes a level of support if the price action is above it. So let's get the graffiti pencil out there and put where the VWAP is, right over there. The VWAP is right over there. Now, it's moved up, obviously. It's moved up because the price action's moved up, so the moving average, the volume-weighted moving average, moves up as well. Okay, so it bounces off the VWAP. It holds VWAP. The fact that the stock had a lot of volume and it has pretty strong news, it allowed for volume to come back in. There was a bit of consolidation, and now the buyers are trying to run the price action back up, and they try to break through that resistance area. They do, but it loses momentum at the head area right over here, and now the price comes back down. But notice, because there was a volume surge, not only did the 9 EMA start to drift upward in a bullish pattern, but the VWAP also moves up, and what happens as the price action comes down and breaks below the resistance area that was respected by the first shoulder, it holds support at the VWAP. Again, this is indicative of a stock that has some pretty solid news, and there's a very high volume to ratio average. Now, what do I mean by that, Doubles? Ask me what I mean.
What you mean?
What you mean, fool? What you mean, fool? Let's share it up, because this is like golden crispies right here. I don't know. It sounds good, bro. Just work with me, bro. Work with me. You're making it too difficult here. All right. So what does this mean? Let's share it up. Let's get to 300. We're at 250. Let's get to 300 because I'm going to give you some more information about how this head and shoulders actually works and how to interpret it, rather than just saying, "Oh, I'm going to draw a head and shoulders," but I don't really understand it. I just know it's bearish. That's cool. You can know it's bearish, but if you understand why it's bearish, that's where the extra oomph is, and that's where it could give you an edge over the average bear, baby. All right, so we see that the VWAP drifts up. The price action can't hold support above this previous resistance area. It dips, but it does hold support at VWAP. Okay, price tries to shoot one more time. It breaks the resistance. There's not enough buyer sentiment to keep the price action up there. It tries. There's consolidation. Finally, there's buyer fatigue. The sellers take over, and now they sell. And look at this. The price action dips all the way down, right? So here's your irregular head and shoulders. So now what happens? It dips all the way down to the previous VWAP area, and it respects that VWAP area, and then it starts to form a cup and handle. It has the 9 EMA hitting into the bottom of the VWAP. VWAP now becomes resistance rather than support. The price action struggles to break through it. There's enough of a volume surge where the 9 EMA now breaks up above the VWAP, forming a bullish pattern, but it lands in the next resistance area where the shoulder is. So now we're in a pretty critical situation, because now we had an irregular head and shoulders here. Here's your head, here's your shoulder, here's your irregular shoulder. But now what you might have, doubles, what you might have is this whole thing right here could potentially be a head. This over here could be still a shoulder, and this could be a shoulder, unless you have volume coming in. But you also have a signal over here indicating that there's a bullish cup and handle forming, and you do have the RSI telling us that there is pressure towards the upside, movement towards the oversold area, and there's still a lot of real estate for the RSI to keep going. The only issue is it is before power hour, and we are in a lull in volume, so volume is in fact dipping, but the stock is still up 273%. There is still volume coming in, even though it's not, not as pronounced as it was earlier. It's still quite significant, and we do have a bullish pattern, and we do have a formation where the 9 EMA is stacked above the VWAP in a bullish pattern, and they're stacked very close together. So if volume comes in and the 9 EMA could break this level, we could start seeing tests further up. What might happen is consolidation below this level, and it'll probably stick around the VWAP for a while, because we still have about an hour and 15 minutes. But if there's some kind of attention that comes to this, I mean, it does have some pretty significant news. It's got the catchphrase that they've basically got solutions with Starlink and things of that nature. So we'll see what happens. We'll see. But right now, it is a cup and handle pattern, breaking out of the head and shoulders, and if we can see a break above 236 with volume, this could get schmexy, so we'll keep an eye on it. CCCF is in the house. What's up, brother? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. He wants us to check out the second leading gainer, which is where we're going right now, PPBT. So let's go ahead and pull that up. PPBT. Let's go over there. We got 300 folks. Let's get a share party going on. Let's get to 400 and then 500, because we're going to go and check out all these stonks. Okay, so unlike CMBM, where the price action was holding above VWAP, Purple Biotech, PPBT, is below VWAP, but let's take a look at what's going on with it. First things first, it too had news. Their shares were trading higher after the company achieved a commercially viable yield from IM 1240, positioning the program for future development. So it's basically a biotech company, and they had some early stage success with their particular product, whatever that product is. And that was enough to bring in significant volume for this stock as well. Very similar to CMBM, it also has a float around that 10 million mark. It's 9 million, whereas CMBM had 13 million. And very much like CMBM, it has a volume of 368 million, whereas CMBM has a volume of 387 million. So very similar. Both of them have a lot of volume, but PPBT sustained more buyer fatigue, and the price action pulled further down. Right? Yeah. And the volume on PPBT has dipped as well. So what we're looking at with PPBT is a situation where you had a triple top after a super parabolic move early on in the day. The stock went way over 100%. It was really a nice performing stock. I actually traded it and made a lot of money. So now where are we? Well, let's take a look by getting the graffiti pencil activated. Let's go ahead and activate the graffiti pencil. We see that what happened in pre-market was it ultimately formed a triple top, right? And the regular triple top, but nonetheless, it was a triple top, right? So those are basically bearish patterns, and what ultimately happened was it caused a down surge in the price action. It ultimately broke the down surge, and unfortunately it did it underneath the VWAP. So VWAP now, rather than acting as support, is acting as resistance. So it's going to be a barrier. Volume is going to be needed to push the price action above the VWAP. Let's go ahead and get a graffiti line set up over here where the VWAP is. The VWAP is right over there at about $1.08. So this is going to be a resistance area, and when you have the VWAP stacked above the 9 EMA, that is usually a bearish pattern, because the 9 EMA, as I've told the audience in the past, the indelibles in the past, the indelible tribe, it's a shorter wavelength for a moving average than the VWAP. So it will be more reactive, either bullish or bearish, in contrast to whatever the VWAP does. So the 9 EMA in this instance is below the VWAP, indicating that it reacted to the downward pressure, the sellers taking control and pushing the price action down. Now, that happened pretty much right after the open. But what we've seen happen is that the price action is starting to stabilize. And what we're seeing right now is a consolidation just below the VWAP, or as Doubles likes to call it, channel time. So what we've got, Doubles, is we've got price action channeling just below VWAP, and the price action is respecting this particular channel. What we really want to see is we want to see volume come in, and hopefully we'll see that as we get closer to power hour. Right now, we are about 1 hour and 10 minutes away from power hours. So that's when a lot of more volume generally comes in. We're also in a situation where there's a lull in activity because the FOMC meeting started yesterday, and it's going to end today with a press conference at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time by the head of the Federal Reserve Board, Chairman Jerome Powell. So usually what happens is a lot of people and a lot of hedge funds and things of that nature are basically going to generally take their money off the table, and there won't be a lot of volume. They're going to wait to hear what's going on. Now, the big thing was, will there be a rate cut or will there not be a rate cut? Well, almost everybody knew that there was going to be a rate cut, and it was pretty much a known consensus that it was going to be a 1/4 percentage point. So, that didn't have that much of an effect per se. Today, that was more of, people buying based on the rumor, and, once the actual situation happened, it basically didn't have that much of a bearing. But what is having a bearing right now is how Jerome Powell will react at his 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time speech, right? Because if he comes out very dovish, in other words, very friendly to the idea of further rate cuts, right, that could prompt more money coming into the overall market, and it can basically create a situation where you're going to see a lot more of these micro cap and small cap stocks moving much more aggressively, rather than just these pumps and dumps type of situations where they run and then they collapse, which is what you saw a lot of yesterday and to some extent today. Although the early morning market was quite aggressive, there was a lot of runners in the morning, and then after the open, the market started to subside as we started to get closer and closer to the Fed chairman having his speech, which is going to happen literally in about 8 minutes, right? So we'll probably see a lull in volume on all the stocks. But the good news for PPBT is that it is still consolidating just below VWAP, even though volume is probably drying up as we wait to hear whether or not Powell is going to give us a very favorable rate cut conversation for the future, or if he's going to have more of a neutral type of a stance, which would be less favorable to more parabolic runners, or if he's going to come back and be hawkish. And basically what he's balancing is basically the issue of, do we want to preserve people's jobs, right? We are afraid that too many people are going to lose their jobs, and we have to ease the interest rates so that there's more money out there and more liquidity, so businesses can get more financing and they can create more business and generate more revenue and hire more people? Or are we more concerned about uncontrollable prices, and we have to rein that in by raising rates or holding at the position that we're at, right? There's been a lot of news that a lot of companies have been starting to lay people off. So there's a very good chance that Jerome Powell may have a neutral to a dovish approach to his speech. And if it is a dovish approach to his speech, and if it's favorable to future rate cuts, especially in the immediate, in other words, another rate cut, as most people were predicting for the year 2025, and being more concerned about a recessionary job loss type of a situation, rate cuts generally will make the stock market start moving upward, and the small cap stocks will start to move as well. So that's the best case scenario, I would say, for the small cap stocks. Although it does not directly impact the individual stocks, what impacts the individual stocks is basically usually news and attention. and these stocks start to move because they tend to be lower floated stocks. They're not like large cap stocks. Large cap stocks generally have billions of shares, whereas these stocks have millions of shares, and in some instances they have less than 10 million shares. So they go absolutely bonkers. And in some situations, doubles, they have even less than a million shares. I mean, we had a stock yesterday, I don't remember what the ticker was, but the stock had under 500,000 shares, and of course it went absolutely bonkers. So for now, I'm expecting a low in price action across the board with all. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Sorry, buddy. My bad. So right now we're basically expecting a lull as he starts to have his speech, which is going to happen in 6 minutes. CCCF says, so when's the rate cuts announced? They already announced it. They already announced that it's a 0.25 percentage point. So it already happened. Everybody kind of anticipated it. So whatever benefits were going to come from that have already happened. Now the issue is it was a 2-day meeting by the FOMC, in other words, the Federal Reserve Board, right? They had a 2-day meeting. The meeting started yesterday. They announced now that they did, in fact, do a 0.25% interest rate cut, okay, which was anticipated. It was anticipated, right? But now the last leg of it, and probably the most important leg of it, is when Jerome Powell actually speaks to the media and they ask him questions and he shares his thoughts on what's going to happen. And what's going to end up happening is analysts are going to start to listen to what he's saying at 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, which is only in a couple of minutes from now, and determine whether or not he is leaning towards more rate cuts or not no rate cuts, or holding a position for a period of time. More rate cuts would generally be more conducive to more parabolic runners for microcap stocks. No rate cut would be neutral to slightly negative. And if he were to discuss the possibility of needing to raise rates, which I don't think is going to be the case, but if he does discuss the need to raise rates, then that would have a downward pressure on the overall market, and that would also affect the small cap and micro cap markets. Most likely than not, he's either going to be pro more interest rate cuts or neutral. Right? Pro would definitely give a more favorable outlook for small cap stocks. Neutral could cause some more choppiness, and then eventually, as we get away from the FOMC and rate raising and lowering type of conversation, the markets will stabilize and you'll be back to having stocks that are moving more consistently. CCCF says, oh, so what's announced in 8? What's announced in 8? I'm not sure what you mean. Oh, what's announced in 5 minutes? It's as I said, he's going to give a speech. The chairman of the Federal Reserve, the head of the chair of the Federal Reserve, is going to give a speech in 5 minutes, and based on the type of sentiment that he gives will have an impact on how people will try to predict what's going to happen with the overall market, and that will have an effect on the liquidity in the small caps market. So if he kind of indicates that there's going to be more rate cuts, then we'll probably see more liquidity in the small caps and more parabolic runners. If he indicates that he's going to stop and hold for a while, that will probably slow the market down. And in the unlikely event that he says that he thinks he's going to have to raise interest rates because of fear of inflation, that would bring the market down. I don't think that's going to be the case. It's probably going to be somewhere between they're going to start cutting rates more aggressively to they've cut the rates and they're going to wait and see. He tends to say things like, I'm cutting the rates and I'm going to wait and see. But he could also end up saying, listen, a bunch of companies are starting to lay people off. Like, for example, Amazon, I think, announced somewhere between 30,000 to 45,000 people being laid off. A bunch of other companies are laying people off. So he might be more concerned at this point about a potential recession, in which case he might be more open to cutting interest rates, which in turn would create more liquidity for these small cap stocks, and we'd see them moving more aggressively up. Hope that kind of helps it out. His speech is literally going to start in 2 minutes. So that's what's up. And it, again, for the immediate, as it relates to the current stocks that are running, it may create a drop in liquidity while he's talking, while people are waiting to hear what he says, and it might not. Right now for PPBT, we have a neutral situation where the price action is just below VWAP. We need to see volume come in. We'll get a clearer picture of what's going on as we get closer to power hour at 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, especially since by that time the Fed chairman's speech will also be over. So all of the craziness from the speech will be over. Volume will start to naturally come into the market as we get into power hour, and we'll see some movement. So with this particular stock, it needs volume to get itself up. We could see that the RSI is neutral. We could see that the volume candles are low, but it's also a minute before Powell's speech and an hour before power hour, and it is holding at this level. So if the 9 EMA starts to curl upward and eventually pierces the VWAP, that would give us a more bullish sentiment on PPBT. It does have news, okay, that they're basically commercially viable with one of their biotech products, so we'll see what happens with it. CMBM also had news. It's the leading gainer, and it has been up well over 300%, close to 400%, and it's currently quite bullish. It has formed a cup and handle pattern right over here. It's respecting the VWAP. It broke through the resistance, which is what we were hoping for, and it is moving upward. Now it's hitting another resistance area over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clear some of these lines, and I'm going to use a Fibonacci retracement strategy. So let's go ahead and clear this, right? And let's use the Fibonacci. The Fibonacci retracement, which is often used by many people to draw some levels of support and resistance. Let's go ahead and do it for CMBM. There we go. Boom, chakalaka, boom, chakalaka. So it had a head and shoulders pattern. It dipped as a result of that bearish pattern, and then it formed a cup and handle just below the VWAP, broke above the VWAP, and now seems to be drifting upward. It has resistance right where the double top over here is from earlier in the morning at around $2.59. We need to see volume break out. It will have another resistance area at around $2.83, and then up here at around $3, and then possibly a run all the way to $3.73. The news is that the company announced integration of the Cambion One network solution with Starlink satellite internet service. And if you don't know Starlink, it's basically a company owned by Elon Musk. So that in and of itself can generate a lot of attention to these stocks, and that's exactly what happened. So this stock went up, I think, 360% or something like that. 370%. It was a high amount. Okay. 372%. That's what it ran earlier, and now it's trying to test those highs. So hopefully it'll have more volume. Let's get a share party going on. Let's get 800 and 900 folks. We got 782. Let's go, baby. Let's get to 1,000. 1,000. If you like the show, share it up. Put your thumbs on the thumbs up. And basically, if you want some questions answered, go ahead and put it in the chat, and I'll try to answer them to the best of my ability for you. Why not? Why not? Why not? So CMBM does have news. They're basically integrating with Starlink, and it caused a parabolic run. Slightly heavier float at 13 million, but it was enough to move the stock up. It looks like it might be halted right now. Looks like it might be halted, and PPBT seems to be moving up. So let's go back to PPBT and take a look at what's going on with it. And it is ever so slightly moving upward. We really want to see an exaggerated move on that 9 EMA, which is this bluish line right here. All right, and we want to see price action really start to move towards that VWAP. So it's trying. You can see that the RSI is trying, but there's still a lack of volume as we wait for power hour, and we're now 2 minutes into Jerome Powell's speech. So again, generally speaking, there'll be a lull while that's happening. Let's take a look at ERNA. This is another stock that had a pretty significant move earlier in the morning. ERNA. Yeah, there was a cut that was announced earlier, a quarter of a percentage point, which was kind of what they anticipated. So, whatever impact that had, kind of already had its effect. The main thing is, what does he say now? Right? Does he act very bullish? Does he act very bearish? About future rate cuts. Hopefully he's very open to future rate cuts, at which point there'll be more liquidity in the stock market, which in turn should cause more of these small cap stocks to move parabolic, baby. Let's go. All right. So ERNA also has a very similar pattern to what PPBT has. It has a slightly lower float Okay, so it has a low float at 6 million, but it also has a significantly lower volume, but still a lot of volume at 196 million. So the volume to float ratio is really good. Okay, but this stock too ended up forming a triple top. So if we get the graffiti pencil activated over here, you can see that there's a top over here. You can see that there's another top right over here. This is all happening pre-market into the open, and then another top into the open, slightly higher over here, and then you can see that the price action flushed, and now there's a channel just below the VWAP, very similar to what is going on with PPBT. So let's go ahead and put that channel, and we could see that the channel is just below the VWAP. The VWAP is at $2.12. We need the price action green line where the VWAP is, so you could see it more clearly. Right there is the VWAP. So we want to see that 9 EMA really curl. We could see, just like PPBT, ERNA is also in the flat center of the relative strength index, which shows neutrality, not any major interest by buyers or sellers. If there was an interest in buyers, this would move up towards the overbought area. If there was interest by sellers to sell off, this would dip down. It's center lined, and we can see that the volume is quite low on this right now. Again, we're 55 minutes away from power hour, so this is not a major surprise. As we get closer to power hour, we'll see what happens. And also, we have the added situation that Jerome Powell is literally speaking as we are now streaming. He's literally speaking, so there's generally a drop in volume when that happens as well. This is normal. It's not like something that's not to be expected. You know what I mean? So we want to see a curl and a move upward. ERN had news as well. It was trading higher after the company announced it entered into a collaboration with Celapont Bioservices to focus on engineering, differentiation, and production to advance one of its products toward clinical trials for ovarian cancer. So that's the news on this one. Okay, so you've got 3 stocks that have pretty solid news, which is also very interesting, Doubles, right? You know, these companies decided to put news out literally the day that Jerome Powell is going to be speaking, which, you know, if they thought, I'm just speaking out loud and I could be completely wrong, but if they thought that Jerome Powell was going to be hawkish with his speech, you would tend to think that they wouldn't be putting the news out the day of the FOMC speech that he's giving. You know what I mean? They would wait until after the fact, right, and let the dust settle so that they could get the maximum amount of movement upward for their stock, right? Do they know something that we don't know? Do their analysts know something that we don't know? Could be. Could be that I'm just, just a conspiracist. A conspiracist. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about, Doubles?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Yes. All right, let's go to pump. Pump it up, baby. All right, so pump up the jam. Pump it up. Pump it up. Okay, so it had a conference. You can see it's drifting upward. It's a petroleum stock. And pump is basically a pretty heavy floated stock at 58 million. So it's got a lot of float, which means there's a lot of available shares and not a heck of a lot of volume, only 16 million, but it was enough to move the stock up to be up 46%. You could see that it has trended upward and it continues to trend upward. So we'll see how it goes. All right. We could see that the 9 EMA is stacked above the VWAP, but it's starting to spread apart, which can often result in dips like you see right over here. There was a dip. All right. We could see that the RSI is moving to the overbought area, but it's a heavy floated stock, and we'll see what happens. It was moving based on better than expected Q3 financial results, which makes a lot of sense since it appears to be a petroleum company, and there was obviously a lot of issues with petroleum recently and gas prices and so on and so forth. So we'll see what happens. But if prices start to dip in the long term, that might affect the price on the stock. But we're talking about day trading these stocks, so it don't really matter to me.
Yay.
You know what I'm saying, bruh? You know, let's share it up. Let's get to 1,100, 1,200. I'm giving you pearls, baby. Pearls. Let's go. Let's go to the next ticker. Let's go to TLIH. 10 League International Holdings, 10 League International Holdings. The price action is just below the VWAP. So let's go ahead and delineate where that is right now. The stock is up 33%, 33% doubles. And the VWAP is right over here at around 58 cents. This is a penny stock. So again, going to be volatile. It's a low floater at 6 million and it has 65 million in volume. So this could be a potential mover, but again, it could be very erratic as well. You could see that the price action pumps up, gets above this resistance area and fails. Pumps up, drops, pumps up, drops, pumps up, drops, pumps up, drops, and pumps up and drops. So this is a key resistance area where it's at right now, 58 cents. It needs a lot of volume and a lot of commitment. There's a lot of selling pressure when the price action gets to 58 cents. 58 cents. We can see that the volume has dipped as we are waiting for power hour to start. Still a solid 50 minutes away. RSI is trying to drift upwards, so we'll see what happens. Let's go ahead and move on to the next stock. Right now, for the most part, it is trending upward. Let's go ahead and get a trend line set up. We can see that it is in fact trending upward, and we could actually say that this is a flat top breakout, but the price action has to really get a lot of volume and break above that. Right now, the 9 EMA is below the VWAP, so that's suggesting that there's a lack of volume, and hopefully volume will come in. We'll see the 9 EMA start to curl further upward. Maybe it'll get stuck at this resistance area, as it has already happened several times before, and eventually a burst of volume comes in and we see a move upward and beyond these higher levels over here. That's the best case scenario. Let's see what happens with it. I don't think there's news on it. Let me check and see if I could find some news on TLIH. Let's go ahead and check it out. I don't see any news on it. The last news was on September 30th. Their shares were trading higher after the company reported a year-over-year increase in H1 revenue results. So they had positive revenue results about a month ago, but no news right now. So it's basically moving on its looks, baby. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's take a look at MCTA. This is another ticker that's currently up 30%. MCTA. Let's take a look at it. And it too is drifting upward. The RSI is towards the upper part of it. Doesn't appear to have a lot of volume, only 467,000 shares. It is a low float stock of 5 million, but the float is 10 times greater than the volume. So that's not the type of ratio you want. You want it to be volume over float, not float over volume. So, all right, it's up 30%. It's drifting upward. RSI is moving towards overbought. Not really particularly interesting at this juncture to me. Yay. Not financial advice, not stock advice. I'm just sharing with you what I'm thinking. I'm not a stock or financial advisor. This is a show, baby. Hey, what's up? Let's share it up. Let's get to 1200. 1200 peoples. Let's get to 1200. We got 48 minutes before power hour. We're still looking at different stonks. Let's take a look at another one. And NPT. This stock sounds familiar. I think it ran. Let's try that again. NPT. Come on, man. What are you doing, bro? NPT. Cooperate. What the heck? Am I typing it wrong? Oh, it's NPT. NPT, right? Right? How come it's not coming up? It's not coming up. It don't want to come up. You know what? Forget about it. You don't want to come up? I'll get a different ticker. Wow. You think I'm going to wait for you? AHMA. Just like that. Boom, chakalaka, folks. Boom, chakalaka. Just saying. All right. We're looking at AHMA. Currently up 29%, 27%. Okay. We could see that the 9 EMA is significantly extended from the VWAP. So the price action probably will start to pull downward towards the VWAP because you see such a large gap between the 9 EMA, which is here, and the VWAP, which is here. It is generally trending upward in a bullish pattern, but it's absolutely overextended. Let's get a share party going on. Let's go. RSI still has room to move upward, so it may not be a sudden pull downward in price action. There is a lack of volume with it, and the stock is currently up 27%. Let's get a share party going on, baby. Share party, share party, share party. Let's go back to CMBM. CMBM moving in a bullish pattern. It had a cup and handle. It broke the resistance level at 261, and now it's at 279. All right. So the next resistance area is right where this diagonal is, right over here. And you can see that it's at the 282 mark. And we need to see some volume come in. And then the next resistance area would be at the $3 mark. $3 mark. Let's tighten this up a little bit. There is still a considerable amount of volume. You could see that the RSI is pretty much mirroring what's going on with the price action of the candles. You could see that the 90 MA is pulling consistently upward. We want to see the VWAP break this $2.20 mark, so that they're both drifting upwards. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're not subscribed to the YouTube channel, I think it might be a good idea to subscribe to the YouTube channel at Coach Nick Money. At Coach Nick Money. And also you might want to follow us on X.com. There's a ton of content that we put on X.com. We basically do 24 hours a day, 7 days a week financial news on X.com. So you can check out all the financial news that you want to know about on X.com at Coach Nick Money. At Coach Nick Money. But more importantly, for those of you that are small cap and micro cap aficionados, we cover the small cap and micro cap market, pre-market, regular hours, and after hours every single day, Monday through Friday. Yes, we don't take breaks. We don't get headaches. We don't get sick. We actually have a real company, and real companies don't close down because of nonsense. We're constantly putting content out to the X.com account at Coach Nick Money. At Coach Nick Money. So go ahead and follow that. We're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Threads at Coach Nick Money. At Coach Nick Money. And in addition to that, we also live stream as well on Twitch at Coach Nick Money. And if you want some inspirational content and some IRL content and some really fun stuff, you could go and check us out on TikTok, Tiki-Taki, aka as Doubles calls it, the Tac, at DBL Nicks, at DBL NICKS, and the screen name is Coach Nick Money. Also, if you want to join an amazing supportive community where we support you and the community supports you, you could join our Discord. We have a special for a 4-day trial so you could see it with your own eyes. It's $9.99, and not only are you going into an amazing community that is off the hook, Indelibles, but in addition to that, you're also going to have access to all the various tools that are in the Discord. For example, numerous custom scanners that we spent a lot of money to create to help our members achieve their goals and aspirations. For example, you're looking on the left-hand side of the screen right now. You're looking at one of the custom scanners that we have, and what's beautiful about it is this scanner works pre-market, regular hours, and after hours. Unlike some Fugazi scanners that are out there, our scanners work all the time. Pre-market, regular hours, and after hours. They give you the market mover scanners, which you're looking at right there, and it provides the float in addition to the volume. So you actually know what the available shares are in contrast to what the demand is, which is the volume. So you're able to see the supply and demand of the stocks that are being traded so that you don't have half the story. A lot of these scanners don't give you the float. So you basically blind, right? You could see a stock moving and you think that everything's wonderful, but then all of a sudden it's got a 500 million float. And that move ends up being a flush, and you get stuck being a bag holder because you had no idea that the float was so big, right? Well, with this scanner, you know exactly what the float is. You know exactly how much volume there is, right? And you know what the ratio between the volume and the float is because you have it right in front of you. You also have the directional triangle that basically tells you exactly which way the price action is going at the moment, whether it's going down with the red triangle or up with the green triangle. It It gives you price, obviously. It gives you the ticker symbol and the percentage change. But what's really neat about this particular scanner, and this is just one of the scanners that you get, okay? There's multiple scanners. This particular scanner also has hyperlinks that provide you with information about filings and things of that nature, press releases, and much, much more. You basically can click the link right above the scanner for the particular ticker that you're interested in and get further information. And news is important, folks, because news acts as a catalyst. Now, it doesn't always move the stock, but if you know that a stock has news and you know early and you're the early bird, you're going to catch the cash, baby. All right, so don't buy into any baloney when somebody tells you that being early is a problem. It's never a problem. When you go for your job and you go and show up early, your boss likes that. When you go into your trading setup and you start setting yourself up early, you like that because you have an edge. And when you have tools like this, you're going to know that a stock is moving before the average bird. All right, in addition to that, there's the breakout scanner as well. Okay, the breakout scanner basically monitors for unusual movement in the stocks, and you'll have access to that as well. And it alerts you, and it also gives you a hyperlink to the stock as well for further investigation as the stock starts to break out, whether or not it's going to actually have enough momentum to keep moving and knowing why, what the catalyst is for the move. In addition to that, folks, you're also going to get access to all the news search features so that you actually know what the news is pertaining to the stock and why it's moving. And then last but not least, I mean, there's way more than that, but I don't want to just keep bragging about an amazing platform that we have, but it is amazing. And you know what? For the longest time, I haven't really been telling y'all about what we have to help our community out, while other folks that are full of baloney talk a lot of nonsense and talk about how easy things are and blah, 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 blah. Talking heads that are full of baloney. Okay, one other tool that is also part of the Discord is the early watch list that we put out at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're looking for stocks that have the potential to run the next day, and we basically have our tools, our scanners, and individuals looking to check that out, right? So all of that stuff is going on, and that's what we have going on with the Discord. Go ahead and click the link in the description for that 4-day trial for $9.99. We would love to see you in there. Let me know that you saw the stream and that's what made you come in. When you come in, let us know. All right, let's take a look at PPBT. We have CCTF from Twitter that's asking for PPBT. Let's take a look at it right now, see what's going on. It's pretty much still consolidating, not much change, but what we do see is that the price action is starting to dip somewhat. The 9 EMA is starting to dip somewhat, and the RSI is dipping ever so slightly. Again, not much to panic over at this point because we still have about 39 minutes before power hour. Hopefully volume will come in as we get closer to power hour. Let's get a share party. We're almost at 1,500, and hopefully this stock will start to move upward. But most of the attention right now is with CMBM, which had formed a bullish cup and handle pattern. It looks like it's in a halt right now, and it is currently up 351%. It looks like it's challenging the highs of the day. So if it breaks this resistance area at around $2.84, we could see a play for the next resistance area at around $3. And it just resumed, and it just broke it. It just broke it. Ladies and gentlemen, you saw it on the stream. CMBM up 425%. The humanity of it. Let the Discord know, because we told them about it way before it went up. We told them at $2, ladies and gentlemen, and that was just one alert that we told them about. We've been trading the stock all day, baby. Let's go. Let's go, baby. All right, so now it jumped up 425% and pulled back, but guess what? It hasn't halted. It's still trying to go up 429%. We're watching you. Hello, CMBM. It is now up 432%. Hey. Ladies and gentlemen, Parabolics, let's get a share party going on. Hey. Share it up, share it up, share it. Come on, we got a parabolic runner. Let's go. That don't always happen during power hour break, like the break before power hour. It doesn't happen. But right now you see that CMBM is getting a lot of love, a lot of volume love, up 417 million in volume. You could see it on our scanners. You could see that the ticker has turned green, which signals that it is bullish at the moment. You could see that the triangle on the scanner is also green and bullish. Let's go, baby. Up 432%, baby. Let's go. Next resistance area right over here at around $3.45, $3.50. It looks like it might have halted now. It has halted. We'll keep an eye on it. Doubles, keep an eye on this one, will ya? Holy moly, parabolic runner, baby. Let's share it up. Let's get to 1,600. Share it up, baby. Let's go, man. Let's go. A lot of parabolic runners today. Let's go, baby. Right back to PPBT. Let's see what's going on with that ticker. Attention has been taken away from PPBT as CMBM has run parabolic. But let's see what's going on. This one is still consolidating. CMBM up 432% is now halted. So it's halted. So we have to look at other stocks and see what's going on. Let's see if ERNA is moving at all. ERNA. Why am I typing this wrong? ERNA. Come on, my fingers are too like nimble from playing Fortnite. I need to tighten these fellas up a little bit or something, you know? All right, so this one also is consolidating below VWAP. We will basically put the screen on CMBM and see if we continue having a parabolic move. And I guess I'm just guessing that Jerome Powell's speech was kind of dovish because we already got a bull run from CMBM. He's probably still speaking, though. But so far, maybe it's a bullish run. Let's do a share potted, ladies and gentlemen.
Gentleman that was mentioning CMBM, right? Like in my stream earlier, must be real happy right now.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're not subscribed to the YouTube channel, go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel and make sure you set the notifications on because the Power Hour show, which is called Power Play, is not the only show we do Monday through Friday. We also have the star of the Microcap Mornings Show with the Serengeti specialist as his trusty compatriot, DBL Nix in the house. The Rainmaker. I like when you do it. Go ahead. Tell them what it's about.
DBL Nix in the house, a.k.a. the Rainmaker.
Let's go, baby. Go ahead and sit. There's more. There's more. Go ahead.
PhD in Bangernomics from Big Bang College, BBC.
BBC, and of course, I got a degree.
Monsignor Dr. Doubles.
Monsignor Dr. Doubles, and of course, I got myself a degree in Bangernomics from Bang U University. BU. Dr. Coach, baby. That's right. That's right. You got to be a Bangernomics expert for this type of work. Otherwise, you just ain't got the flow, baby. Let's share it up. Let's share it up. Let's go to 1,700, 1,800, 2,000. We got a runner in the house that is now in a halt. Oh, my. CMBM. Did you tell the chat?
Oh, I did.
Did you tell it it's up 432%? 432%. Did you tell them that the price went to $3.29? Did you tell them? Did you tell them that we gave it to them at $2? $2. That was like the third or fourth trade. We gave it to them way before that. Way before that. Get into the Discord, folks. The link's in the description. $9.99. That's how you do it, baby. That's how you do it. All right, folks. Let's get a share party going on. We're going to keep the screen on CMBM. This stock is taking the oxygen out of everything right now since it announced its integration with its one network solution with Starlink, which is obviously Elon Musk's company, right? Starlink Satellite Internet Services. It's the internet service that is owned by Elon Musk. And I guess because of that, you could expect the stonk to go parabolic when it puts out news like that, especially since the float is relatively small at 13 million. Volume is on fuego. 419 million shares exchanged changing hands today. This stock has recovered from pulling back below VWAP, and it formed the cup and handle pattern.
Just shot up to 447.
450, 467. It has resumed. It broke resistance. It broke its resistance at $3.42. You're seeing it live, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, let the Discord know that the price is now $3.51. But I'm sure the Discord knows already.
Yay.
All right, let's go, baby. Let's go. Looks like it halted again, ladies and gentlemen. CMBM is absolutely parabolic. You could see on the custom scanners that it has turned green. The ticker symbol has turned green, showing that it is moving in a parabolic movement. A parabolic movement. Let me shrink this down and create some more custom Fibonacci's over here so we could see where more resistance and support is. We could see that the next resistance area is going to be at $3.81. Okay, it is starting to get very extended, but if it breaks this level, man, oh man, oh man, boy, oh boy, oh boy, holy moly. Let's share it up, folks. Let's share it up. Let's get to 2,000. We got almost 1,800. Let's get to 2,000, folks, as we watch this stock. I'm going to get into the game right now, but I tell you right now, Doubles, if CMBM starts going parabolic, you know what I'm doing, right, Doubles? You know that I'm just going to like stop, bro. I'm going to stop. You know what I mean? I'm going to stop, and I'm going to start talking about the stock. I don't care about the game. If I got myself a parabolic run, I got to talk to the Indelible Tribe about what's running. Let's get a share party going on. Let's share it up, share it up, share it up. CMBM bullish so far in another halt. Let's freaking go, baby. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Ooh-wee! Holy moly! Holy moly! Holy moly! Holy moly! Let's go, baby. All right, let's get into the game. But we're waiting for CMBM to resume from another halt. Another one. Another one, folks. Another one. Another one. Hey, I'm just saying, we've been talking about this cup and handle now for a while. You know? We've been talking about it for a while. There's a lot of patterns that you got to keep your eyes on and know how they work. You know what I'm saying? Indelible pride. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying? Come on, baby. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Share it up, share it up, share it up. Let's go, baby. Let's go. All right. So we're waiting for a game to come in. We're waiting for CMBM to resume. It is quite extended, so a pullback at some point would not be out of the question. We just want it to hold a level. The 9 EMA is pulling upward. The RSI is starting to move into the overbought area. So, profit taking would not be out of the question. Again, they are using Starlink satellite internet. That is part of the news. Again, that's an Elon Musk company, and it put a lot of air in this particular stock. We're going in to try to get a dub for the Indelible Pride, but if this stock starts to really move, I'm going to try to box up somewhere and talk about the stock because it's parabolic, yo. You know what I'm talking about? I'm going to have some coffee. I'm going to have some coffee so I can have some energy. Tierra Cubana, bro. See, I've been talking so much, the coffee got cold, bro. But I don't mind, because I don't mind cold coffee. I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all.
Cold never bothered him anyway.
No, bro. No, it doesn't bother me. We're almost at 1900. Let's share it up. We're waiting for CMBM to resume from its halt. It's currently up 467%, $3.51. $3.51. Ladies and gentlemen, the humanity of it, Doubles, the humanity of it. All right, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to land at a relatively quiet area so I can keep an eye on CMBM. CMBM. PUMP up 45%. VSEE ran yesterday and then sold off, is trying to make its way back up 34%, but the star of the show right now is clearly CMBM. All right, we got somebody over here. Weapon, please. Pistol. Pistol. Why not a pistol? Why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? Arrest. What is this? This? Yeah. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go, papi chulo. Papi chulo. Let's go. Where's my pistol, yo? I want my pistol back. I said I want my pistol back. I want it. I tell you. I need it. Now we know that there's somebody here. Let's go and get him. Let's go get him. Yeah. Where you at, fella? Where you at, fella? Where you at? I don't have a shotty. We're waiting for our lovely CMBM to start back up after a halt. We want to see what it does. Why not? Perhaps, baby. Ooh, minis. Why not? Mini. Let's get some shield in us. Let's get a 2,000 number here. We're almost at 2,000. Let's go to 2,100, folks. We're waiting for CMBM to resume, and we're going to try to get some dubs for the community. Because that's what we do, baby. That's what we do, yo. All right. Anybody here? Anybody want to play? Are you hiding? What are you doing, bro? What are you doing? What's going on, man? What's going on here? Give me a shot. A rift to go? Why not? We can do that. We got that technology. There was definitely somebody here. I don't know where they went. Probably camping, but you know what? We can't live in fear. Ooh-wee. Doubles. Oh my goodness. Oh my gracious. Oh my gration. Oh my groshin. Oh my gration. Oh my gration. Oh my gration. Holy moly, I got myself a gold P90. And we're still waiting. Ooh, wait! Come on, fella! I'm waiting for you. My gold P90. And we got CMBM 467% in a halt, baby. I should probably take these shields, but you know what? I like my rift to go. I like my impulse grenades. You know what I'm talking about? Doubles. I like it. I think the fella left, bro. I think. You know? I think so, doubles. I think so. Ooh, blue. I'll take blue. Why not? Perhaps. Let's go, baby. Let's go. We got almost 2,000 people watching. Let's share it up. Oh, do we? Okay, then my number's not particularly accurate. Let's get a share party and get it to 2,500. We're watching CMBM go up towards 500%. Can we have a mega runner? Ooh, I should take that, right? Should I take that, doubles? Should I? I probably should, yeah. All right. We'll take it. Why not, doubles? Why not? We're waiting for CMBM. Can we get a super duper parabolic run? Can we get a 1,000% runner today? Is that possible? Would that be terrific? Is it going to go to 500%? It's currently 467%. Why not? Why not? Right? Why not? Let's see what... Wow, a lot of half pots, bro. I don't know, man. Oh, man. I got to tell you, this drop has been fuego, bro. It has been fuego, baby. So many decisions. I wish there was more slots. Let's share it up. Let's get to 2,200. We're waiting for CMBM to go parabolic again. Will it continue in its parabolic halts upward? Can it happen? Could it happen? Could it be? Or does it pull back? Will there be profit taking once it resumes? Right now, we're waiting for Power Hour to come in. There is still 22 minutes before Power Hour. Volume will certainly come in at that point. It has been halted for quite a while. We're waiting to see what happens. Other stocks, obviously, are being neglected since a lot of the attention is on the parabolic runner CMBM. We're now coasting over Breezy Grove. We don't see nobody over here. We're gonna go ahead and take another one of these launchies over here and see what's going on. Let's go by the what do they call these guys? These Halloween guys? Oh, somebody's shooting at me, fella. Right there. He's right over there. That little creature. He's right over there hiding behind the tree. He thinks I don't see him, bro. He thinks I don't see him, huh? Well, I'm gonna show you some love. What happened, bro? What happened, bro? What happened, Billy Bad? What happened, Billy Bad? What happened? You running, bro? No! Noah! Noah! No! What happened? You're not Billy Bad no more. What happened, bro? What happened? Oh, it resumed. CMBM resumed. Okay. Okay. Well, profit taking, bro. But that don't mean it's necessarily done, right? We got to see what happens. It looks like it's in another hole. Still up 440. No, it's in the 400s, bro. It was 467. Oh, the price, $3.60. Oh, my. Oh, my, oh, me, oh, my, oh. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Oh, my. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my gracious. All right, CMBM cooling back off a little bit. Pulled back down. PPBT moving up 58%. Currently up 58%. Doubles. Currently up 58%. Doubles. All right. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. Let's go. All right. What is up with this, bro? Look at this. Somebody got mangled over here. Woo-wee. Somebody got mangled over here. All right, we're up. We got almost 2,300 folks joining us for the stream. We saw CMBM resume from its halt, and it pulled back down ever so slightly. It was actually up almost 470%. Currently up just below 450%. Doubles just below 450%. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go. We gotta get going, bro. Bro, what's going on over here? What's going on over here? What's going on over here? What's right over here, bro? Is that in zone? Is it in the zone? Is it in the auto zone? Where is it at? Where is it at? Is it in the zone? Is it in the zone? I think we should visit that. Somebody just rifted right there. Somebody just rifted. Let's reload our weapons. Weapons! We're waiting for the resumption of CMBM. Currently up 446%. It was up almost 470% a little bit earlier. Ooh, some activity over here. Maybe we can get into that. Let's go and rift on somebody. Can we rift on somebody? Can we get a little riftation? Why not? Why not? Perhaps. Perhaps, doubles. Why not? What's going on over here? What's going on over here? What's going on? Oh, campfire? I'll take it, bro. I'll take it. Why not, bro? Let's go, baby. Let's go. Where was the shooting going on? Where was it going on? We're looking doubles. Keep an eye on CMBM for me, will you? Yeah, I need y'all to keep an eye on it for me, son. Why not? Why not? Perhaps. Perhaps, baby. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, look, dynamite. But I don't got room for it. I don't got room for it, bro. I don't have room for it. We got almost 2,500 folks here as we wait for the resumption of the one, the only CMBM, parabolically running on news of involvement with Starlink. Trump, not Trump. What's his name? What's his name? Musk. I get confused with folks, man. I'm horrible with names, bro. Horrible with the names, brother. Horrible, horrible, horrible. Horrible with the names, you know. I'm just saying. Just saying. We got nobody here. Nobody knows the troubles. I see. Come on, man. Come on. Come on, folks. Come on. Come and fight me. I got height. Ooh, a pump. A gold pump? How much, bro? Oh, I gotta get that, bro. No? Right? A spaz? I gotta get a gold spaz, no? Why not? Why not, bro? Why not? Let's go, baby! A fightful spaz. Why not, baby? Why not? Why not? Oh, why not? Why not, bro? I think that was a good purchase, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie to you. Yes, sir. I got myself a purple spaz, baby. Purple pump. I mean, gold spaz. Why am I saying purple? Gold, bro. Gold, bro. Let's share it up. Let's go to 4,500. It's resuming. It's holding support. Come on, baby. Hold that support. Stay above 312. Come on. Be nice. Be nice for Papi Chulo. Wepas. Wepa. Let's go, baby. It did hold. I think it did hold. All right, we got to move, bro. We got to move and groove and get going. We got some pretty decent weapons, doubles. We got some pretty definitely some pretty decent weaponry here. Doubles. We got some decent weapons here. Why not? Why not? And I think we want to go to that right there. We want to go right there, bro. Right there and get some height. But maybe not. Maybe we don't want the height. Maybe we don't want it. Maybe we don't want it. Maybe we don't need it. Maybe we don't need the height. I don't know, doubles. I don't know. What is this? What is this? What is that? Oh my God, bro. Bro, look at my loadout, bro. A purple scar, bro. Bro! Bruh, bruh, bruh. Bruh, bruh, bruh. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. My loadout is fantastic, bro. I just hope. Look at this. Look, they're fighting on. I can't call it what we call it. But just look at what it looks like. That's all I'm saying. I'm not gonna say nothing else. I'm not saying nothing else. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna say a word. Use your imagination, okay? Somebody right there, bro. Look, somebody right down there. Should I get him? I should. He's by himself. Why not? Why not? He's by himself. Why not? He saw me, bro. Bye-bye! 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 Why not? Why not, bro? Why not, bro? Holy moly! Somebody's shooting at me. Let's go, baby! Let's get that shit party going on! Now, come on, we need CMBM to be more parabolic. Why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? Perhaps, perhaps. Why not? Oh, yo, there's a rift in this house, bro. Bro, there's got to be somebody in here. Gots to be. You know there's somebody in this house, bro. Gotta be. Somebody's got to have the same idea as me. Right? Right, bro? There's somebody nearby. Ha ha! Ha ha! Ha ha! All right, come down, fella. I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting for you. Wepa! Ooh, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, bro. Right there. He's right there, bro. See him? What? What a clown, bro. Oh! That was not good, bro. Bro, that was not good, bro. That was no bueno, bro. That was no bueno, bro. Yeah, I know. I mean, I got one already, too, bro. Oh, yeah. I know, that's why I came here, bro. And away we go, man. That trap was not good, bro. That trap was no bueno, bro. That was nasty, bro. I'm going right up here, bro. Going right up here, fellas. Right here. Right here. Is there anybody that wants to play? Anybody that wants to play? All right, we got 2,700 folks. Let's get 2,800. We're waiting for CMBM to start up again. It's halted. It's halted. It's halted. What's going on here? What's this? What is this? What is this? What is going on with this? What is going on here? What you got going on, fella? All right. 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 Why not? Oh, bro. Oh, bro! What the heck? It was this clown right here. Bro, that sucked. All right, let's see what's going on with CMBM. CMBM, it's curling! We're watching you. We're watching you. Let's watch this. Let's watch this ticker. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Crawling on up 429%. CMBM up 401%. $3.10. It was as high as 406. I believe. We got 2,700 folks in the stream. Let's get a share party going on. All right, we're waiting to see a resumption again, I think, with CMBM. Let's go take a look at PPBT. It also had news. We could see that there was a triple top. If the price action faded, it's sub VWAP. Right now, it's consolidating just below the VWAP, which is roughly at $1.08. We need to see that 9 EMA start to curl upward. We want to see some movement upward with the RSI. We got 9 minutes for power hour when more volume comes in. We got 2,700 folks watching. Let's get a share party. Let's get over 3,000. Let's get over 3,000 because we're looking at all the parabolic stocks right now as we speak. CMBM is still moving. CMBM, let's take a look at it. It has now jumped up 415% before pulling back down to 412%. It is respecting the $3.04. Yep, it's respecting the $3.04 mark, and it is moving upward. The next resistance area would be right around here at 334, and then obviously if it can pierce the previous highs, we have resistance at the level of around $3.75. Let's see what happens. The RSI still has some room. It could potentially keep squeezing upward. We have a nice big green candle, volume candle right here, and of course it's been halting a lot, so that's been taking the momentum out of it, but it's currently up 433%. Let's go, baby. Share it up, share it up, share it up. We got ourselves a bull in the house. A bull. Can we get a 500% with this stock? Let's see. Let's see. You never know, doubles, right? Yeah. If it keeps getting the volume, I mean, look, it's getting closer and closer to power hour, right? The RSI is overheating a little bit. That is true. But there still seems to be quite a bit of room after this beautiful cup and handle breakout pattern. But we see that the 9 EMA is starting to seriously pull away from the VWAP. So that is concerning because that usually suggests that at some point the price action is going to need to pull back downward if the VWAP is not keeping in line with the 9 EMA, but it is respecting the support area. So get the popcorn out because this is quite a show, folks. Let's go, baby. Let's go. All right, let's go take a look at another ticker. All right, we looked at PPBT, consolidating below VWAP, and the other ticker we're going to look at is ERNA. ERNA had a similar type of pattern. It had a triple top, just like PPBT. It came crumbling down, tumbling down, if you will, and it's been consolidating just below VWAP. But this one, the 9 EMA, is pointing away from the VWAP, so we really need to see some volume come in. This one has an RSI that's deeper down in the oversold area, so we need to see a turn on the RSI moving upward. This is also not getting much volume love, but again, there's still 6 minutes before power hour, so let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Maybe it'll curl, baby, curl. Curl, baby, curl. All three of these stocks have news. CMBM has news. PPBT has news. ERNA has news. All three of them have a massive amount of volume and relatively low float. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're not subscribed to the YouTube channel, go ahead and subscribe to @CoachNickMoney. @CoachNickMoney, and make sure you're also subscribed to our X.com, aka Twitter account @CoachNickMoney. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Financial news always available on the channel, and more importantly, Monday through Friday, pre-market, regular hours, and after hours. We are covering microcap and small cap stocks every single day. Technical analysis, news, and much, much more. So go ahead and follow us @CoachNickMoney, @CoachNickMoney on X.com, and we're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Threads @CoachNickMoney, @CoachNickMoney, and of course we're also live streaming on Twitch @CoachNickMoney, @CoachNickMoney, and last but not least, we're on TikTok, Tiki @DBLNicks, @DBLNICKS, and the screen name doubles is Coach Nick Money. Also, if you want to get access to an incredible Discord community chock full of tools and a great community to boot, you want the breakout scanners that you're looking at right here, you want the momentum scanners, you want the market mover scanners, you want the early watch list every single night at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time before the close of the after hours, so that you know what we're looking at for the next morning. You want all of that and much, much more, because the place we're filled with tools. Okay, we also have news about the stocks, filings about the stocks. All of that is at your fingertips in the Discord. So go ahead and click the link in the description to take your 4-day trial for $9.99. This is not just some fugazi Discord. This is a tool to get you better, to help you out. You are indelibles. You need to leave your mark, baby. That's why I call you all indelibles, because I want your mark to be unerasable, be inspirational to others, be a good person. I know you are. Be a good person, be inspirational, achieve all your goals and aspirations. And let's watch PPBT test the bottom of VWAP. Can it break through? Can I have a breakthrough on PPBT? Come on, baby. Form that double bottom, or maybe it's a cup and handle. You got the RSI moving up. We got some volume coming in. We're getting closer to power hour, 3 minutes away. PPBT seems to be waking up ever so slightly from its dormancy in between the market, from the early market to now, getting up to power hour. Baby, look at that. It's starting to push up. Let's get rid of that channel. Let's get rid of that channel so we can see it a little bit more clearly. We don't need all of this negativity that had occurred earlier in the morning. No. It is curling up. Let's go, baby. It has basically formed a descending wedge bull reversal pattern. That's what it looks like to me right now, baby. Let's go. Bull reversal pattern. Why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. Let's go. PPBT, baby. Baby. Descending wedge, bull reversal. Why not? Why not? It needs to hold this trend line. Let's go, baby. It is curling, baby, curling. It is curling. It's at the resistance area of VWAP currently, which is about $1.08. There might be some consolidation before more volume comes in, and hopefully the volume will pump it up. 80%, baby. Purple Biotech with news. The company achieved a commercially viable yield for IM 1240, positioning the program for future development. Let's go, baby. Let's go. That's the news. Float 9 million. Volume 383 million. And you could see on the scanner, it is bright green with a green triangle, which means it is in an upward mobility kind of movement. It is trying to break through the VWAP right now. And we got 2 minutes before power hour. It doesn't even have the entire market back. Some people are still having their Big Mac. Some people are having their Whopper, VWAPA. They're having all kinds of, and some people are having their tofu. Tofu, if you're healthy. The tofu, why not? Why not? Why not? Tofu. And California kale.
California fresh kale.
Let's go, baby. California fresh kale, baby. Let's go, baby. All right, let's get a share party. Let's get to 3,000. We're watching PPBT right now, trying to break through VWAP. We got to make a notable mention of that monster that ran up 479%. CMBM looks like it's in a halt right now. It is in a halt. It's hugging the 9 EMA, and it is hugging the support area of $3.05. Let's go back to PPBT. PPBT, it is trying to break the VWAP. All right, we also have a heavier floated stock, pump up 47%. 47%. It is a heavy floated stock, but it has been bullish. It was trending upward. It broke the uptrend as the 9 EMA started to drift away from the VWAP, pulled back towards the VWAP, and now is still continuing its upward trend. There's still room on its RSI. We're waiting to see some more volume. It doesn't have a heck of a lot of volume in relation to the float. The float's 58 million. It's a 19 million volume, but it has been pushing upward, so we'll see what happens with that. The other stock that had news that was moving pretty well was ERNA, but then it flushed after forming a triple top, and it was struggling below VWAP, and then it started to pull downward. So let's take a look and see what ERNA is doing right now, and we can see that it is still below VWAP. The 9 EMA is still bearish, pulling further down from the VWAP. We could see that the RSI is dipping, and we could see that it's not getting volume love. It needs volume love. We need to see the 9 EMA start to curl upward right over here, curl upward, and break through this resistance area, which is VWAP at about $2.11. That is ERNA. It is now up only 42%. It was up much more than that, and now that's where it is right now. So let's go back to PPBT, which formed its descending wedge bull reversal. It's trying to make its way above the VWAP. We got almost 3,100 folks in the stream. Let's get to 3,500. Do it for the coach, why don't you? It'll help the stream out. It'll help the coach out, and that helps you out because it allows us to put out more content. So the thumbs up, the shares, the comments, all that stuff affects the algorithm and helps everybody out. Let's go, Indelible Tribe. Do it up, do it up, do it up. All right, so that's what's going on. We got a descending wedge on PPBT. It broke out. It's now at VWAP. We need to see it break through VWAP. That's the goals and aspirations that we're looking for that particular ticker. And we're waiting for CMBM to resume. CMBM to resume from a halt. It ran 467%, has pulled back right now, and is basically halted just above the support line of the Fibonacci at around $3.06. So that's what's going on. That's what's going on, ladies and gentlemen. That is the end of the show. It's Coach Nick Money with his trustworthy, indelible partner in crime, DBL Nicks,
in the house,
in the house, aka the Rainmaker, baby. And we want to tell you, Indelibles, we love you. You guys are amazing. I want you to achieve all your goals and aspirations. I want y'all to really be very successful. I want you to keep learning, right? Keep learning. Make sure you're paying attention to what's going on, right? And be supportive of everybody, right? Because being cool is where it's at, folks. All right. We